This is the beauty of storytelling. Episode 2. What do you do when your husband finds the lifeless body of your boyfriend at his house? How do you explain it? Baba Pungula is asking questions. Why is this man here in my house? And she had to find ways to explain that situation. And the way she's acting that part is so beautiful in a way that even the son is shocked, like, oh my God, this is the wealthiest man. This is the well-respected man that we all know in this village, a businessman who just hired me. Why do I see his lifeless body here at home? What is actually happening? Baba Pungula, he's saying, I'm going hunting. When I come back, this man must be gone. I wonder what my ancestors are saying when things are... Look, this is a huge problem, because bringing a lifeless body into another man's house by itself is bad luck. The young man doesn't understand the situation. He wants to know the truth. And she's saying, I'm begging you, my child, help me so that we can put the body in the house. Like now you go in the extreme to even taking that body and putting it in the house. It's a problem. He's calling the girlfriend. The girlfriend doesn't know anything about the situation. And he realized that she has no idea that the father is late. He's saying, maybe your mother should tell you. While she was busy on the phone, that's when the mother comes back with the empty wheelbarrow. She said, Mom, what did you do to my father? She had to tell her that, look, I'm sorry, my dear. Your father is late. That's how she's finding out. But she doesn't know that the father is not there. She thought maybe the father was taken to the hospital. Maybe he died in the clinic. Not knowing that the father is at her boyfriend's house. I want to talk about this because this scene was very genius. Matumalo was under a lot of pressure. Time was running out. She managed to get Tlabangani's body in the house. But she knew that she cannot wait for too long because of the husband will come back from hunting and she will be gone. She will be dead. Now she had to go and start the negotiation with Mashandu. Negotiations didn't go well. She was shocked to hear that she will no longer be the part of Stokvel. As you know, women, Stokvel is something that they're always looking forward to. You are working together with other women in the community. Once you are cut off from that, that means you are cut off from something which is very, very important. That is your tribe. You're working alongside those women so that even if when you have any problem at your house, they can come and help. Now, she was shocked to hear that now she's been cut off. That's a bold gangster move that Mashandu took. Look at her face. She understands that I am effed. And when she was walking outside, she saw Tlabangani's mother outside. And she thought this will be the great opportunity to drop the bomb on the great woman simply because of the negotiation didn't go well. She started telling the old woman that her son failed at school, but that is not important. The most important thing is that Tlabangani is dead. The problem is that the old woman fainted. Now the old woman couldn't help her. She realized that I'm running out of time. I must quickly go home before my husband comes back. When the husband comes back, find out that the body is still there. Now she had to come up with this story. Oh God, this TV show is so good. She had to come up with the story right there. And she started talking about the death of Zachariah. Zachariah is the husband of the old woman who fainted. And since the old woman cannot speak for herself, she must throw the old woman under the bus. And she started saying, I went to see Matumalo. I went to see Mashandu. Mashandu is talking about the death of Zachariah and the poisoning. so that she can get away from the situation, because she ran out of time. She couldn't hide the body. He said, I'm not interested in the death of Zachariah. I said, take this thing out of my house. Can we try to bury him? She's trying to cut a deal. She was under enormous pressure, but I like the way she's playing her cards. She is failing to convince the husband to bury Hlabangani. And he said, we are going to use the same method. We're going to use the wheelbarrow to push him back to his house. On the other side, Hlabangani's mother woke up and she started asking questions. Yes, Mashandu, started telling her that he didn't want to go to a doctor. He trusted, those motives, but unfortunately, we thought he still have time, but it was critical. Unfortunately, he's late. Now, she wanted to go and see his body in the bedroom, which is obviously something that a mother will want to do. But she was surprised when she was told that the body is not there. Her biggest question is like, how can you take him to mortuary without telling me? She also found out that he's not in the mortuary. And that's where she got confused. On the other side, we have seen the young lovers coming from school. And yes, Msizi failed again. He's failing grade 11 for the fourth time. He wanted to be a doctor. People are laughing at him. But his girlfriend, she's there, she's comforting him. And this was a great scene simply because of she stand by her man. She's encouraging him. She knows that it can happen, although he's losing hope. This scene really shows that if you have a good woman by your side, you can go far. Because wherever you're lacking, whatever that you're dealing with, she's there to help. She's there to whisper some encouragement words. And that's how he managed to get out of that situation. I just want to highlight something that they did on this episode. Many men have this question, what went wrong? What happened to you, bruh? This is a scene where you see a young man who is a dreamer, who wants to be a doctor. Unfortunately, he is failing grade 11 4 times. He is failing from 4 times. He is losing hope. The girlfriend is there to comfort him, but he's saying, maybe I should forget about this. I don't know what I was thinking when I thought I would become a doctor. Other students are laughing at him because of he's been repeating the same grade 4 times. He's a laughingstock. He cannot take this anymore. Obviously, he's in his 20s. Simply because of if you're failing grade 11 times 4, that means you are in your early 20s. He's the oldest in the class. Obviously, he's a laughingstock. He's about to quit. He's a Zulu man from KZN. And he cannot easily get a job because the only job that he has right now is working for Obaba Hlabangani. He is late. There will be a problem between the two families. That means he won't be transporting bricks anymore. He has a driver's license. He's from KZN. We know the taxi industry is always booming. The next gig that he might get, because of he has a driver's license, he might become a taxi driver. The way he kept his hair, neat, the way you see him, he is representing the younger version of many Zulu taxi drivers that you see in the taxi rank, who will tell you that ungakhulumi Singisi, don't speak English when you're talking to me, khulumi Sintu. And you might ask yourself questions, why are they not happy when somebody uses English when communicating with them? Others is because of the trauma that they've been carrying for many years. And Msizi might also have a problem with kids who will be talking fluent English, talking about their achievements while he's driving a taxi, because he will have a beef with the language, blaming English, knowing exactly that if maybe he was taught in a Zulu language, he could have achieved his dreams. But because of the use of foreign language, that's why he couldn't understand certain things, and that's why he ended up failing grade 11 4 times. So whenever kids are there making loud noise using English, he might say, "Ungakhuluma isiNgisi," because of it brings back those memories of failing grade 11 4 times. Now, I wanted to speak about that because it is very important. Many dreams were stolen because of people being taught in a language that they don't understand. And it's not really that people are not smart. Some people are extremely smart, but they are judged based on how they are performing at school. Msizi is that example of a great man doing well, showing love and respect, helping where he can help, but the problem is that he cannot pass his grade 11, and that is used against him. She's struggling to accept her father's death. And Msizi said, I still don't understand why your mother brought your father to our house. And she didn't know about that. She wanted to know more. They walked towards Hlabangani's house. And that's when they got shocked when they see Hlabangani brought back in a wheelbarrow. The TV show, man, is written so well, and I had to take my time and look deep into this TV show because there is so much happening. If you don't pay attention, you are going to miss the point. On the other side, it is happening. If you see her moving this way, leaning forward, you know she's cooking. She's negotiating, she's trying to cut the deal. Time is running out. She must bury Hlabangani. And her husband cannot allow that to happen. It's a taboo. How can you bring another man to my house and expect me to bury that man? It's unheard of. But she's doing everything in her power to cut the deal. I give this woman credit, man. Matumalo, she is cooking. Let her cook. Now, I want to look deep into the damage that she is causing by trying to protect a sin. Because of it is biblical now. 2 women with 2 children, and there is death involved of their father. It takes us back to King Solomon. When you see 2 children and 2 women, one is kind, the other is evil. The kind one is doing everything in her power to protect the children, to make sure that these kids can have a great future together. The evil one is doing everything in her power to protect her sin. Now, Mashandu is reporting her to the man of God, to the pastor. That means she must be removed from that setup of Istokfel. And she doesn't want to lose that. The TV show is written so well, man. He is shocked. He doesn't understand why this woman will suggest such a thing. She knows she's running out of time. And he just feels like women are so disrespectful. And on the other side, when these kids arrive at home, she had to confront the mother. She wanted to know, why did you take my father to Matumalo's place? There we go. The father was brought back using a wheelbarrow. And he felt like they're playing games. Why are you playing games on me? You're not going to do that in my house. He told Matumalo and Sisi to come with him because they have to go. But Matumalo understood this. When you see this face, you know she's cooking. She knew that she's running out of time. She cannot go back to her house. She must be with Mashandu so that she can negotiate. And Mashandu said, I swear if you don't take this body and bury this body, I am going to tell Pungula about everything. Meanwhile, her daughter is busy discussing with Gogo. Gogo said, wow, she knows. Gogo has been keeping the secret. Gogo knew that Lavangani is having an affair with Matumalo and they have a child. Now, on the other side, Mashandu is cooking, talking with the pastor about things which are happening, knowing exactly that if the pastor knows, she will be cut off from church. How can you sleep with a married man while you are holding a position in this church? So she was cooking. She's a wise woman who's playing her cards right, putting so much pressure to her best friend, forcing the best friend to confess. Because if she starts telling people that he had an affair with my husband, it has to be something that must be proven, and she doesn't have a proof because the person who confessed is late. So she had to go to the head of the pastor, plot certain things in his head, knowing exactly that she's a good woman. And all this pressure, when it's piling up, Matumalo will fold. She is going to crash eventually. That's why I like how, they're giving us this scene after scene so that we can understand that the storyline is written so well. I want Matumalo to be punished. Right there. She wants her to suffer. And she already mentioned that she's going to bury the body of Tlhabangani. Why is she doing that? If obviously she's going to bury the body. She just wants to send a strong message so that people can see Matumalo for who she is. She cannot hide anymore. These are the best friends who wanted to get more information. And she said Tlhabangani is dead. He will be buried at Tumalo's place. That's shocking. How do you allow your husband to be buried to another woman's house? The Gogo is trying to reason. The Gogo was saying you are an evil woman. And she said, do you want to see evil? Evil is when I take the old woman and the son and bury them together. And that line was much needed because the old woman is pressing for the funeral to happen at Mashandu's place, and she's messing up the plan. That's why she had to threaten her that I'll bury you with your son, so that she can back off. Obviously, we know that she's a good woman, she's a kind woman, she cannot do that. But she was actually telling the grandmother that if you don't back off, this can happen. You will see evil. And sometimes you have to say certain things so that people can know their place. She wants to teach Matumalo a lesson. And Tlhabangani's mother has been keeping the secret all this time. She was not telling her. And today when it's late, she wants to become the Holy One. That's why Mashandu used that line, that if you think you know evil, you don't know nothing. And on the other side, I like what Matumalo was actually cooking, because of Matumalo understood that she cannot leave Kabangani's body at Mashandu's place. So she had to take the body back to her house. And she asked Msisi if the father is there. Msisi said the father is sleeping and is very angry. He was shocked to see the body of Kabangani in the sitting room. He was stressed about his report and his results. He wanted to discuss that with mom. Mom was like saying, I'm not interested in that. I have a problem. I need you to help me. We must take this body to your bedroom. She's negotiating again. She's trying to cut a deal with the son. Now the son is not happy about it. He doesn't want to agree with her. But she said, I'm helping Mashandu. Now this is where, she is extremely cooking now, because of now she's playing with his emotions. If he say no to the father of his girlfriend, if he say no, that means he will lose favor from Mashandu, when Mashandu will know that he had an opportunity to help, but he didn't help. And since Kabangani is late, that means the only living parent is Mashandu. He has to be resourceful and work with Mashandu so that he can get a hand in marriage. She's cooking. She's cooking. All of this is happening on one episode. Episode 2. Now we have to give credit to the writers, man. And we have to give credit to the actors, because they brought the script alive. This is the beauty of storytelling. This is acting. Msisi wanted to know what was happening, because he can feel that she's not telling the truth. Something is happening. Why is she saying if the father knows that Klabangani's body is there, he will kill his mom? What is she hiding? She kept on saying everything is fine. There is absolutely nothing wrong. I'm just helping a friend. And that's when Caesar said, if everything is fine, why does the king want to see you? Because you're hiding something from the father. You're also hiding something from me. Because you're saying you're just trying to help Mvelo's mother. But something is not right. And when she heard that she will be facing the consequences in front of the king, that's when her face changed. Because she thought Mashandu took the matter to the royal court. Now, this will be a bigger problem now, because if the king knows that she's been having an affair with a married man, that's going to be worse. And the worst part is that she's been keeping that secret for over 20 years. She can be banished, or a lot can happen to her. The husband will know about it. He might divorce her, or the consequences might be extremely out of her control. So she had to cook. So that's her face when she find out that the king or the chief want to see her tomorrow. She thought Mashandu reported the matter. And when you see that face, you know she's cooking. On the other side, the Gogo and Velo, they're keeping the secret simply because of they want to report the matter to the king. This is the messenger telling Mashandu that the king wants to see you tomorrow. They know what they did. They're acting like they know nothing about it. Because they couldn't allow Tlhabangani to be buried by another woman. It's a disgrace. Wow. The TV show, man, is well written. Mashandu understood what Mvelo and Gogo did right there. she has to be smart, know what to say tomorrow when she go to the royal court. Let me do episode 3 because it was just mind-blowing. I have picked up so many things when I was watching episode 3 because they were both brought in front of the king so that they can discuss this case. And I like how Mashandu handled that matter.